So let's look at numbers in Microsoft Teams. So here we have in the voice part of the Microsoft Teams Admin Center, we have phone numbers tab, where we can see these are all our phone numbers. And we can easily request them with Microsoft. We just have to say, we're going to add some numbers. And let's say, so I'm going to say, for example, this is going to be United States. I do have the option to select different types of numbers. I can have user numbers, which are subscriber numbers. These are the ones that we're going to apply to users. But then we have some other phone numbers too, because they are service numbers. So that means user number is different from service numbers, because we can apply those to, for example, call queues and auto attendance, and maybe it's a toll-free number or it's a toll number. If it's a toll-free number, then you are paying for everyone calling into that number. So you need to have communication credits to cover those costs. But of course, we're looking at user numbers here. So you say, I want user numbers and maybe a location, but there's something wrong with search here, so it's not going to finish. But essentially, you're adding a location here and you're saying a quantity like, okay, let's say 5. Of course, I can click next here, but there's the way to actually get numbers. Now, I can still do it going through the legacy portal, which means it's still the Skype for Business Online portal, but I can still request numbers from here as well. And there you can actually see the result. So if I say user numbers, I can do exactly the same thing. So I have United States. I say, well, it doesn't really matter what I choose here. Let me just say this, 2 numbers. I say add. And then it will show me a list of numbers, right? So if you say 100 numbers, it will show you a list of 100 numbers. And then you can select what numbers that you want and you say acquire numbers. And then those numbers will be available for you. So, and that will be really, really fast. So I'm not going to commit this. So I'm not going to add numbers, but those phone numbers, for example, this one is unassigned. I can edit it. And I can assign it to a user. I don't think I have a user free now, but essentially just type the name of a user here and you select the emergency location that you have to do upfront, of course, create those emergency locations and then say apply. And then a few minutes later, this user will have this phone number configured. So this entire process only takes a few minutes, essentially. So imagine having you to do this with an existing carrier, getting new numbers, and then applying those numbers to your PBX. That usually takes a longer time. Now, I do want to show you, for example, I live in Belgium, and the process is a little bit different. Because for now, the process is not automated yet for Belgium. So if I would select Belgium, and probably for the rest of the countries in Europe as well. So if you do this for Belgium, and then it says, well, to acquire numbers in Belgium, please download the new number request form. Then I have to send it to this email address. So this form, so get new phone numbers. I do have to select what country I'm in, and then it will show me this is the request form. So let me open up the English version. So essentially, you just have to fill in a few things here, like, okay, we want user numbers, we have the address, we have the text number that you have to fill in, and then the amount of numbers, let's say 100. And do we want directory listing? No, probably not. What is the organization name, domain, email address, and phone number of the person responsible? So those are just the things that you need to do. You need to send it to that email address, but it's really handled quickly. It's within, I believe it's within 1 day when I did it a few times before. So it's pretty quickly, and then it's going to be added to your phone number list in the admin portal. And then the process assigning is exactly the same.